The broadcasting operation to the other press box. They have a new type of system of transmitting their broadcast, and it was interfering with our picture on Channel 11. So rather than do that and destroy our playback tonight, Chet was very cooperative. I thank him for that. And I think that's the way you should do things, work together and try to help. Of course, you're going to be competitors, but then that's the right thing to do. I'd like to do the same return for him if that should ever happen. So thanks, Chet Maggard of WCTT.
Well, Dapper, it's playoff atmosphere here this evening as we get ready for the kickoff.
Somerset will be kicking off to Corbin. Corbin will have deep now a trio. In the center of the field is Mel Chandler. Mel has had a very good kickoff return percentage here this year. As a matter of fact, he has led the team in kickoff returns. He's number 34 in that red jersey. Mel has brought it back 6 times for 184 yards. That's an average of 30.7 per return, and that's just excellent on the part of Chandler. All right, Somerset ready to kick it off now. That's going to be Scott Lynch kicking the ball from the hash mark to the left side of the football field, and our game is underway. Downfield it goes. Brent Kennedy comes up, takes it, collides with Chandler, and down he goes. Oh, my goodness.
Probably a little tension, a little extra effort put into trying to return the kickoff, and 2 guys collided down at about the, the 10-yard line or 14-yard line. And, of course, we don't have our field very well marked on it. It's a little difficult to tell where we are again this evening, but I think that, the 14-yard line is where it is.
14-yard line as Corbin will get set to go from deep in their own territory now. And Luke Sadler is the quarterback. Ball right in the center of the field. Here he goes, around in to the right. Cuts upfield. They get him from behind, sling him down after he comes across the line of scrimmage. Probably about 3 or 4 yards on that. We'll wait to see.
Yeah, that was the same play that we ran to open the line of scrimmage play at Russell County, and we had just a little bit different results. We were only able to get 4 yards as compared to about 60.
Got up to the 18-yard line. Did get 4 yards on that one. Now, it'll be Ben Hoover, wearing jersey number 18, splits it back to the right side on the 2nd down and 6 play. Once again, Sadler, here he goes to the right, hops over people, got the first down, 30-yard line, 35, up to about the 40-yard line for Luke Sadler.
Well, I'll tell you, this kid is really a hard-nosed football player. He rolls out there, cuts upfield, takes on the tacklers, evades what tacklers he can. He's just really a hard-nosed, tough, young football player. And, of course, he's our senior, and he's one of our leaders. And in the big game, that's who we look to.
Great run there by Sadler. Has moved the ball all the way to the 40-yard line. So that's a run of 22 yards. And Corbin has the first down of this football game. Both ends in tight now, as Sadler will give it for the first time tonight to
Mervo Grigsby.
He's back for the first time in a couple of weeks after being out with an injury. And Mervo Grigsby has carried it across the 40 to about the 41-yard line.
And our big tackle, Derek Raines, led the way that time on the left-hand side. We were a little concerned as to whether Derek would be eligible to play this week after being ejected from last week's game, but he is in there, so evidently we must have had a misinterpretation of the rule.
Ben Hoover will be the split out to the right side now as Corbin has it 2nd down and 9. The ball at the 41-yard line. Sadler on the roll. Here he goes around in. He'll pitch this time. Got the pitch man. That is Chandler. Chandler comes up near midfield and bumped out of bounds on the far side of the field. I think it's going to be right around the 49-yard line. So Corbin probably will end up about a yard shy of that first down. We'll wait to see as they bring the football back onto the field.
And, you know, Don, that was a good decision by Luke Sadler. They had him pretty well cornered in, and he made the pitch, probably the 2nd or 3rd pitch we've made in the last 2 years. Most of the time we tend to carry that football, but it was a good decision, and he nearly got a first down with it. We're 3rd and short.
He pitched to Chandler for a touchdown last week against Clark County. Now we have it 3rd down, a yard to go for the first down. The ball at the 49-yard line. Here goes Sadler. He's digging. He's got the first down across midfield down to the 48-yard line of Somerset.
Oh, yes, and a fine effort by Luke Sadler. Luke is playing real tough. Mervo Grigsby went downfield, blocked a kid in the secondary, did a real good job on him. The Hounds seem fired up. They seem really ready to play tonight.
I'm disappointed in the crowd. Big one here, but I thought we'd be 4 or 5 deep along the fence and and the stands would be completely packed. There are few empty seats in the stands here tonight. Corbin has the ball at the Somerset 48-yard line now. Their second first down of this football game. Here's Sadler, fakes. He's back to throw. He'll let her go for Lettington. He got the ball and can't hold on. The defensive play was made on him, and that knocked the ball away as Mike Reynolds just got enough of Lettington. Looked like a completion down at the 10-yard line, but it's no good.
Well, Mike Reynolds made a real good play. Chris looked the ball in real well. The ball was beautifully thrown. But number 38 got his arm in there and disturbed Mike, disturbed Chris, got the ball loose and kept it from being a completion. But it was a beautiful pass and a nice effort on the defensive back's part.
That was an eyelash play, almost there, but the Redhounds now look at second down and 10. The ball at the Somerset 48-yard line. Here's Sadler under with both ends in tight this time. Sadler will keep it again around right side, down to the 45, 40, 35, down to the 31-yard line goes Luke Sadler. Got about 17 more yards, and he's running rabid here tonight.
Oh, he is really running hard. And, you know, the thing about this is I'm sure this is not the first time that Somerset has seen Luke Sadler run this rollout. We've watched it all season long, but the execution is perfect. He's getting excellent blocking around the right side. I would assume that Corey Reeves is responsible for a good portion of that, and he's just turning on the steam and rolling it down that sideline.
Getting good blocking off that right side. You are right. Of course, we see Mims over on that right side right now playing at the tackle position. Reeves is to the left. First and 10 from the 31-yard line as the handoff will be given to Ben Hoover, and he'll be hit after getting across the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Not much there for Ben that time. He maybe got a yard or two. Blocking just wasn't there. I think that Toby, they must be Corey Reeves, they must be flip-flopping him to the side that he runs. Corey lined up on the right side time before last, on the left side this time. Let's see if that holds true. He's over on the right side now.
Down at the 29-yard line, Corbin will have it second down and 8 for the first down. Wide to the left comes Lettington. As Sadler goes under, split out to the right side, Mervo Grigsby, the handoff to Chandler. Looking for something, not there, going to lose yardage, back to the 30-yard line. Well, a good headhunter by Scott Gullick, a 5'10", 175-pound junior, found Mel that time, wouldn't let go, and down he goes for a loss back to the 31, where it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was just a one-on-one tackle. He made a real nice tackle on Mel. Mel couldn't get away from him.
So now Corbin 3rd and 10. Here comes Lettington wide to the left. Mervo Grigsby will go to the right side. Big play in this drive for the Redhounds on the drive that originated at the 14-yard line. Under is Sadler. He's back to throw. Stevens blocking. Here's Sadler. He'll let her go. He's got his man short. That's Reeves. He digs. He goes down across the 20-yard line. Looks like he's got enough for the first down.
Nice
Reeves was hit back at the 22, but saw that he needed a couple of yards and got him.
Luke threw the ball where he had to throw it. He threw it low where Corey was the only one that could possibly get it. Corey picked the ball up, made a beautiful cut back, and took it in for the first down. You know, Don, we're pretty obvious as to which way we're going to go. Whichever side that we line up with Corey Reeves on, that's the way that we've went to this point. I don't know if there's going to be any deception involved in the future, but we've run to his side every time we've run it.
Corey Reeves, the leading receiver for the Redhounds this year, had caught 10 prior to tonight's game for 91 yards, an average of 9.1. He catches a big one here for 11 yards to the 20-yard line, and Corbin has it 1st and 10. Now the wideout is to the right side. Handoff up the middle to Chandler. Chandler won't find much room there as he gets a couple of yards to the 18-yard line. Again, Mel Chandler, the leading rusher on the team this year, with 480 yards, an average of 5.7. Luke Sadler right behind him with 402 yards, an average of 7.2. And thus far tonight, it's been Luke that's been getting the long-distance runs.
And Luke's been going outside in to get that, Don. He hasn't cut up inside tackle very often. That time, Norman Mims threw a pretty good block and jarred him away from the line of scrimmage for the yardage that we were able to pick up.
Ben Hoover comes in at the tailback position as Mervo Grigsby will split wide to the left. To the right side is Lettington on the 2nd down and 8. Here's the fake into the middle. Now the option play. Sadler will keep it. He'll be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play that time by Sean Sandusky, 5'10", 185-pound junior. Sandusky trailed the play, but made the play right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they played the option very well that time. They came up and they took the pitch man away from him. Then Luke was left with nothing to do but to carried the football, and Ben tried to get out in front and throw a block, but they just pretty well had it covered.
No score here. 6 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the opening period. We're going to have a double wideout situation to the right side on 3rd down and 9. There was a yard loss. The ball is at the 19-yard line. Here's Sadler going under now. Sadler back to throw. He's looking. He'll shovel it over there and out of the grasp of Mel Chandler. Sadler had a big rush put on him. Chandler couldn't get near the football, just had to throw that one away as he was rushed by Travis Rogers, and Rogers was all over Luke.
Yeah, Luke didn't have much of an opportunity to complete it. He threw it well over Mel's head. He didn't have any chance to catch it. We're going to have to go with a 4th down here, and this is a big play right now. As
a passer this year, Sadler has completed 43% of his passes, and here tonight he's 1 out of 2. So, big one here. 1 out of 3, pardon me. A big one here on 4th down and 9. The ball at the 19. We have another double wideout situation to the right side. Luke Sadler, the quarterback, goes under. He's back. He's looking. He's being rushed. He throws to the left. He's got Corey Reeves. Good blocking. Reeves at the 15. Reeves at the 10. Reeves to the 7-yard line. Excellent run on the part of Corey Reeves, that big sophomore for the Hounds.
And let's give some credit to Ted Engel and Derek Raines, who were out there blocking for Corey. That was a real good effort. That was somewhat of a screen pass that we haven't had in our offense that I know of in the last few years. It was a screen over to Corey, and Raines and Ted Engel were out there blocking beautifully. Real good run play.
Looked like the screen was being set to the right side, and it all developed to the left side. And Corbin has it 1st down and goal to goal. The ball at the 7-yard line of Somerset. Sadler under. He'll give to Chandler. Here's Chandler going wide right. Oh, they got him back there. They found Mel's number tonight. Been doing a lot of scouting on him, and of course he has been the chief ball carrier. He loses 3 back to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that just didn't ever develop very well at all, and I think we may have ran against what we'd been running. I don't think we ran to the strong side where we were loaded with Reeves and Mims at that time. Looks like we're going to line up to the right side again.
Lettington goes wide right. We have Grigsby, Hoover, and Stevens in the backfield behind Sadler now from the 10-yard line. Pitch goes to Hoover. Good blocking. He'll try to cut the corner. Hoover, though, is going to be wrapped up after getting about a yard. Somerset plays tough defensively.
They sure do, and they know that when we overload over on that side, that's the way we're coming in. They're getting over there and cutting it off pretty well. We've been pretty successful with it all the way down the field, but we were executing beautifully. Now we've got to execute here in the next 2 plays and get this ball in the end zone.
Corbin has had the ball the entire first quarter. 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go, and now they're 3rd down and goal to goal. The ball at the 9-yard line. Strong formation to the left side. Grigsby and Lettington are split out. Out of the I formation. Here's Sadler under. Sadler rolling back. He's looking. He'll go right over the middle and has it almost intercepted. Wow. It was dazzling and spinning on the outstretched arms of Bo Wallace. He just could not pull it in, but very close to an interception.
Yes, it was. And, of course, Luke threw the ball real hard, and had Corey got in front of it, it would probably have been 6. However, he didn't have an opportunity. They had him pretty well covered. They realized that he was going to be coming out of that secondary, and they were going to do what they could to stop him. Looks like we got a field goal, Don.
Corbin has utilized 17 plays in moving this ball from their 14, and now they're going for the field goal, Bill. And where will the line of scrimmage be? Well, they'll probably place
15.
It down at the 20, so that means Corbin would then be looking at a 30-yarder. But they want to talk about it. It's 4th down, goal to goal, the ball at the 9. We have a timeout here, 4:21 to go in the opening quarter. Corbin nothing and Somerset nothing. Oh my, we put it all the way from the 14 down to the 9, but now the ball will be placed at the 15-yard line and a 25-yard field goal effort. Brent Jackson will be holding. Mel Chandler will be attempting the point from 25 out. The placement down, the kick is up, it's long enough. And the kick.
Good.
It is good. The Red Hounds have taken the lead on a 25-yard field goal by Mel Chandler. That coming with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the opening period. And now with this timeout, Corbin leads over Somerset by 3-0. All right, we're ready to go. Mel Chandler kicking off. And here's the kick. It's driving him back deep. Going to be taken by John Perkins back at the 5. Straight ahead he comes, ahead of steam. Here goes Perkins. A nice return all the way to the 34-yard line. So John Perkins, a fine runner, has given Somerset very decent field position.
And Darren Jackson in on the tackle. And for the first time, we hear a rumbling of noise from the Somerset fans as they get an opportunity to get their hands on the football and answer Corbin's field goal.
Corbin had the ball for 18 plays, and now Somerset has it for the first time tonight. They'll show us John Perkins, a wide out to the right side. Johnny Kane is the quarterback. The ball at the 34-yard line. Kane calls. Long count. He'll give it to Miller. Miller straight ahead only for a couple of yards. Gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Let's see where they'll spot it. Maybe the 37. Give him about 3 yards.
And that was Corey Reeves on the tackle, Don. And this is something that I think we're going to see a great deal of this evening. I think that Somerset's game plan includes running tackle to tackle as much as possible to maintain ball control like the Red Hounds did on their first drive.
You know, Miller had carried the ball only 13 times all season. There he carried it for 3 yards, which is his average almost, 3.8. At the 37, second down and 7 for Somerset. Full house backfield this time. This is Perkins. Perkins goes left, but he won't find too much yardage. Might have forced his way up to the 40-yard line for about 3 more.
We got Jonathan Wells and John Barnett in on the tackle, and this is what the Hounds have got to do. They've got to gear up to stop this early ground attack from Somerset. If they want to see that they can't penetrate like this, they may quit trying to wear us down and may go to the air a little bit. Kane's very capable, however, from his quarterback position.
Somerset will have it 3rd down and 4 for the first down. Somerset has gone to the air quite a bit this year. Let's see what they do here. The man in motion is Eric Jones to the right. Looked like he cut up field early. Here's the pitch back to Perkins. Uh-oh.
All right.
And Corey Reeves grabs the jersey as a high pitch was there. Wouldn't let him go and got a lot of help.
Corey Reeves got a hold of his jersey, and along comes Toby Stevens, Darren Jackson, and Mark Hinterlot, all to finish him off and put Somerset in a 4th down position. I think that this is something that the Hounds needed early to show that they could stop that ground attack.
They lost about a yard on that play, just inside the 40. We'll call it the 39, and Somerset now will have it 4th down and 4.5 yards to go for the first down. So they're going to be in punt formation. Corbin leading it here 3-0. And the punter will be Randy Spaw. He's a good one. I remember him from last year. He can really sail that thing downfield. Here's the snapback. It's a good one. Spaw puts the toe to it. And a fine kick as Brent Jackson will take it. His knee was on the ground, and they'll put it down back there, I believe. He'll run it back to the 35, but I thought he was down at about the 28-yard line.
Yes, and the
where
official
he caught the football.
And the official caught that, and which is saying a good bit for him. I've seen professional games within the last 2 weeks where they did not see the receiver's knee go on the ground.
No, he didn't. They're going to give it to him up there at the 35.
Well,
I saw him throw something. I thought he was saying down right there, but apparently not.
Maybe that was where he received the kickoff they were marking.
A 7-yard return then, and Corbin has the ball at the 35-yard line. So the Red Hounds, second offensive series of this first quarter. Mervo Grigsby will be the wing to the right side. As straight ahead comes Chandler, and Chandler will get about 3 yards to the 38-yard line. Looks like they're kind of keying on Mel.
Well, I don't know that that's the case. Mel's having to run. He's running most of his running plays tackle to tackle. Every now and then he tries to go outside, but they are certainly making some good defensive plays on Mel Chandler, and we may have to take another route if they continue to do that.
Ben Hoover comes wide to the left now from the halfback position as Corbin has it 2nd down and 7. The ball at the 38-yard line. Sadler under. Here's the call. Toby Stevens for the first time tonight uses a lot of power, gets short yardage as Toby has taken it across the 40 to about the 42 and did most of that on his own.
Well, Toby's the epitome of the word fullback. He was who they were thinking about when they made that up, and he's very strong, an excellent blocker, and he used his power to gain some necessary yardage that we needed there. It looks like we're going to take a timeout for some reason right here.
33 seconds to go in the quarter. Corbin calls timeout. They'll have it 3rd and 3. With timeout, the score. Corbin 3, Somerset nothing. While we have a timeout here, Dale, is there a chance that you can get a shot of that sign over there? I've never had that happen in 27 years of broadcasting here. We'll get it at halftime, all right. Bill, we've been honored by the voices of the Red Hounds, Donnie Stiff and Bill Crook. We'll tell you more about it at halftime, but it says, forget about the rest. Listen to the best. WIGO FM. How about that?
That's my old buddy Vernon Lewis and the Farmer Boys that do a lot of painting, and they had a big tailgate party tonight for the 1980 championship football team. They told me they were going to do something like this.
That's tremendous. I appreciate that.
I do
Third
too.
down and 3 for the first down. Here's Sadler. He's rolling. He's got it. Sadler midfield. Sadler 45. Sadler 40. 35 30. Sadler 25 20. Sadler 15 10. Sadler knocked out of bounds, and another super run by Luke Sadler, and what a game he's having.
And what a season he's having, Don. It's not just this game. Luke Sadler has had a great season all year long, and he's been that inspiring leader that we need, and this is what gives me hope for our future for this football team for the rest of this season. When we've got that type of leadership in a big game, when it's most important that you have a man like Luke Sadler, and I say he's a man, step forward and take the challenge and lead us like he has tonight.
48-yard run by Luke Sadler. Corbin's 6th first down of the game. Down to the 10-yard line is where they've marked it now of Somerset. Corbin will have it first down and goal to goal. Sadler goes under from that quarterback position. He'll give it to Ben Hoover. Hoover will try to get some yardage off that right side, but it's tough there. It seems like Sadler is the only one that's been able to really penetrate against Somerset here tonight as he gets the 48, but the other players are finding it very rough and about a yard at the most on that one.
And sometimes, Don, what happens in that situation is when we run this option like this, they have to take something away from us, and it looks as if they've chosen to take the run through the middle away from us.
And with that play by Ben Hoover, we've come to the end of the first quarter of this football game here from Campbell Field in Corbin. And after one period of play, the score, Corbin 3, Somerset nothing. Dale Johnson said he counted them this time. The 48-yard run took Luke 8 steps.
Yeah, it's either 7.5 or 8. I kind of lost track of them, but Dale's got it on film, so it must have been 8.
Red Hounds leading it over Somerset 3-0. We'll have the ball at the far end of the field now at the 9-yard line. Second down and goal to goal. As Luke Sadler thus far tonight, Brett Hall, our statistician, informs me that in 6 carries has already gained 93 yards.
Tremendous. I mean, this is really a star-studded performance by Luke Sadler in the first quarter of a football game to come up with 93 yards and rushing from his quarterback position. Just outstanding.
One of the nice things about that first quarter, Bill, is the fact that Corbin had the ball for 21 plays and Somerset had it for 3.
Yeah, and they were talking about ball control when they came over here.
We're ready to go now from the 9-yard line. Corbin in second down and goal to go from there as the second quarter gets underway. It's a counter. Here goes Sadler to the left. He dodges one man. He turns the corner. He's at the 5. He scores the touchdown.
Oh, that's just unreal. You know, Don, they had him trapped in the backfield there, and he made a sidestep, swung to the outside, and turned on that beautiful speed he's got, and he is having a tremendous football game.
Oh, my goodness. Swivel hip Sadler has just put a Somerset player faking into the ground and went by him and has gone 9 yards with 11 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the second period, and Corbin has taken a 9-0 lead.
Just an outstanding run. I'll tell you, Luke Sadler, how can you say enough? And it seems like every game we've got someone doing a performance like this, but this may top them all before the evening's over.
This is one of the finest first quarter and a play that I've seen this year out of an individual. Sadler has done it. The try for the point after, wobbly, off to the side. It is no good. Corbin continues to have problems on the extra points, but they've got a field goal to go along with the touchdown. And with 11:53 to go in the first half, it's Corbin 9, Somerset nothing. Mel Chandler kicking off for the Red Hounds as once again we'll find John Perkins, the deep man for Somerset. Flanked by Mike Reynolds and Eric Jones. And here we go.
You know, Don, I'm anxious to see the replay on that. I want to see how that Luke bent his legs around that defender like you said.
Shorter kick this time. It's going to be Reynolds to take it at the 10-yard line. He'll get the blocking to the left. Got a lot of blocking up that sideline. Cuts back in and down he goes. Nice lick put on him in there for Corbin by number 81, Tim Brench.
You know, Don, the outstanding thing about this is we've played a quarter now, a little over a quarter and 17 seconds. we've got 9 points, and Somerset has ran 3 plays from the line of scrimmage and a punt on offense. And that's just remarkable.
But it's a good return to the 39, and Somerset now will have their second offensive series at the 39-yard line. The quarterback is Johnny Kane, 5'11", 175-pound junior. Got a slot back to the right side. Long count by Kane. He'll try Miller again, and make that Jones. Jones across the 40 to about the 41, maybe 42. Let's see.
Shannon Farmer and Tony Mitchell in on the stop that time, Don, and we're plugging it up fairly well. They got a little bit more than probably what we would have liked that time, but this is what they came in with their game plan, and we'll see how long they'll be able to stick to it.
A little over 3 yards on that gain. The end splits to the right side in Rob Newby. On the second down and 7. Once again, it's Jones. Jones hit as he turns the corner, comes across the 45 to about the 46-yard line, and you could almost hear it up here as they slapped headgears.
Well, there were 3 pretty good guys slapping his headgear. That was Corey Reeves and Toby Stevens and Darren Jackson. They came up and made a superb defensive play. You know, Corey Reeves has got quite a few tackles already in this ballgame, considering that they haven't had football very much.
It's going to be third down, less than 3 to go for the first down. They have a double wide out to the right side now. Kane under. He'll pitch back to Jones. That left side needs 3 yards. He's got the first down. He slips off a one-man, but then pays the price as he gets into Corbin territory at the 49-yard line.
Toby Stevens and Shannon Farmer, and I'll tell you what they did. They kind of mixed it up a little bit on us that time, Don. They lined up in a formation that they'd been going right in and swung back to the left, and it kind of threw us off a little bit and left them a little running room.
I really believe, let's see, got down to the 48-yard line. That is Somerset's first down of this football game, and for the first time tonight, they are in Corbin territory. Corbin leading 9-0, 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Don Eastup and Bill Crook along with Fred Hall and Dale Johnson here tonight.
We've got an equipment problem, Don.
Has the equipment problem with Eric Jones. Jones is a 6'2", 180-pound junior, plays that halfback position. And Jones for Somerset this year has led them in rushing with an average of 3.8. His long run is 69 yards. He's gained a total of 502 yards. So Jones has the equipment problem taken care of, and they're ready to go. Slot formation to the right side. Back to throw will be Kane. He's looking. He puts a screen off to the left. It will be completed to John Perkins. Perkins stepped out of bounds at about the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to get down to about the Corbin 40-yard line, but the official saw right where he was and stepped out of bounds back up there at the 48-yard line.
And that was a real good play on behalf of John Barnett, Don. He stayed at home with that screen, with everything rolling to the right and them setting up a screen pass back to the left. Kane threw back with his left hand. Barnett made a superb play fighting off several tacklers and forcing the runner out of bounds.
John Barnett, 5'10", 194-pound senior, wears jersey number 63, plays that defensive end position to the right side. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Kane back to throw. He'll let her go, and it's received over there. I thought he dropped it, but it's taken by Perkins, and Perkins comes across the Corbin 45 to about the 42.
And once again, we got Corey Reeves in on the stop. Corey seems to be all over the football field this evening, and that was a big play. You know, it looks like they're gaining quite a bit of yards, but here we are, third and 4 or 5 yards to go.
Yeah, got about 5 on that one. They've marked it at the 43. Somerset's Kane has attempted 85 passes, Bill, and completed only 28 this year. That's 33% and just 383 yards. So he's passed a lot, but hadn't completed a lot. Here it's 3rd and 5 as Kane's back to throw. He's a left-hander. Will shoot it to the left of Perkins, and it's a bad pass behind him.
Well, he threw it pretty hard, but, you know, the Hounds had that well covered. We were over here with Ben Hoover, John Barnett, and Toby Stevens, and he had little choice but to throw it high and hard and try to get it out of bounds to save the loss. That was really his wisest choice.
Second time that Somerset will have been forced into a punting situation at the Corbin 42 is where they've got it marked. Corbin will have Brent Jackson, number 5, and Mel Chandler, number 34, standing deep, and they are deep inside the 10-yard line. As once again, Randy Spa, 6'2", 185 senior, is in punt formation back at his own 45-yard line. Another good snap. He has plenty of time. He'll boom it up there. Very high kick, and they're going to let it hit and hope it takes a Corbin bounce.
Oh.
Watch out, Brent. It's bouncing around down there inside the 15-yard line, so Corbin will be back deep. But they were back deep to start the game, and they used the ball 18 plays downfield to get a field goal.
You know, that football takes funny bounces, Don, and we had a few people kind of standing around where it might just run right up their leg, and I don't think that that was too wise. I think we better kind of clear out from now on if we're not going to try to catch the football.
The ball is at the 15-yard line where Corbin will have their third offensive series unfold tonight. 8 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the first half. Corbin is leading Somerset 9-0. Sadler has both ends in tight now with his backfield straight away. Luke, he'll roll. He'll come around that end. Here he goes, 20-25. He's at the 30 and bumped out of bounds on a Corbin first down.
Another big run by Luke Sadler, and what can we say? You know, I tell you, if he continues this pace, we may be up for some kind of a record. Of course, I tell you what, in the Red Hound history, you have to go a lot of yards for records when you're following people like Calvin Bird and Roger Bird and Billy Bird. It's tough, but at the pace he's going, we may be looking at something.
Well, one thing about it, he's had a memorable ball game thus far. He put the ball up. They spotted it at the 26-yard line, a run of 11 that time. And Corbin's 7th first down. A flag goes down as the handoff is given to Darren Jackson. He's not going down without a fight, but he does go down right along the line of scrimmage.
Yes, and I think we may have had somebody in motion or something. Yeah, it looks like they're saying Corey moved, I believe.
So Corbin could be penalized 5 yards. We'll wait to see. Matter of fact, the ball has moved forward 2 yards, so I would think that Somerset would say step it off instead of letting Corbin have the ball where it is. However, with the way Sadler's running here tonight, give him another down. He may turn that 7- into a big plus.
Well, he's really turning on, that's for sure. You know, Don, there's one thing I'd like to say, and I may have to eat my words before this game's over. But this particular officiating crew, to me, this is the second or third time that we've seen them this season, and I've been well satisfied with what I've seen out of them.
They're very professional. They give you very crisp, clear signals, and they don't dilly-dally out there. Very professional looking. It will be a penalty against Corbin. We'll put the ball back to the 21-yard line. Now the wide out to the right side is Mervo Grigsby on first down and 15. Sadler gives to Chandler. Chandler is hit hard after he gets perhaps about 2 yards to the 23, and Mel took a lick.
Mel's taken several licks this evening. I've got a feeling it's going to be a sore Saturday morning for Mel. They seem to be keying on him pretty heavily, or at least anyone that we've got coming out of that tailback position. I think perhaps they're keying on the wrong people right at this time. They might ought to look at big number 17.
Hope they don't. Ball at the 24. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Corbin. Chandler got 3 on that one. Here comes Chris Lettington to the right side. Now Mervo Grigsby moves off to the left. Tony Hoover, a blocking back position in front of Ben Hoover, and Ben gets the call. Here's Ben. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes.
Yeah, we're just not getting very much penetration with our running backs. Our blocking is not real crisp, and we're just not getting very much out of it right at this point. That's the only thing we're getting is when we're going outside the end, and most usually with Sadler.
Yep, that's been about our play tonight. Now it's 3rd down and 12. The ball at the 24-yard line. 7 minutes to go in the first half as Corbin leads Somerset 9-0. So a big play for Corbin right here from their own 24-yard line. Sadler pitches back. It's a quick kick. Yeah, Chandler booms it downfield. Got a nice one. It's rolling back there, and Corbin has good coverage on it. It's inside the 30 and down to about the 24, and how about that?
Well, that was real nice, and it could have been even better. Mel got the misfortune of having it take kind of a flat bounce. If it had taken a good bounce, it may have been all the way back inside the 5-yard line. I think that was an excellent play call, and I thought Mel executed it about as well as he could execute it. It was just a bad bounce.
You don't do it much better than that, as Corbin gets, about 50 yards or so out of that. Yeah. And Mel's been punting the ball at an average of about 34 this year, but that's excellent. Trying to identify just where it is now. I think it is the 24-yard line.
24-yard line.
At the 24, Somerset 1st and 10. Kane's going to keep. Kane turns. Kane slips off one as he comes across the 25 up to about the 29.
Timmy, our Smith, Tony Mitchell instead of Timmy Smith. Timmy graduated, what was it, 15 years ago? But Tony Mitchell was in on the tackle and made a real nice stop there of Kane. Kane, I think, is a very good runner. I believe we're going to see some more of that.
Somerset got 5 yards out of that one to the 29. It'll be 2nd and 5. They have a double wideout situation to the right side as Brad Harris, the end, is split. Here's Kane dealing it through the middle, and he's got Perkins or Jones. It's going to be Jones, who I believe gets the first down across the 30 to the 33. Yep, he got the first down.
This is no time for a defensive lapse, Don. This is no time for us to let them make a drive toward the end of the first half and get it in there and cut this lead to 9-7. We need to maintain over a touchdown lead, which we have right now, and they're trying to take it up the middle just like they had planned.
I misread that one. He got 9 yards to the 38-yard line, the second first down of the ball game for Somerset. Double wide out left. Here's Kane once again given to Perkins, and Perkins is hit after a very short yardage, maybe made the 40 at most.
Jeff Moran was in on the stop that time and did an excellent job of shooting up into the gap and cutting the runner down with the football. That's the way we like to play that good run defense.
So Perkins gets 2 to the 40-yard line, and Somerset has its second down and 8. They have 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Scott Lynch goes wide to the right side. They will have Perkins in the slot to the right now. Jones is in the tailback, no, he's in the blocking back position, as Reynolds will get the call, and they try to just force him ahead, and he does move the ball to the 44-yard line, but that will bring up a third down situation for Somerset now.
And once again, the center of the Corbin line with Jonathan Wells and Toby Stevens were all in on the stop.
He got 4, but they now need 3 yards for the first down. Third down and 3 for Somerset. 4 minutes and 35 seconds. The clock runs. Corbin leads Somerset by 9-0. This is Somerset's third time with the football. They have 2 first downs thus far. They have the wideout situation to the right again in Perkins and Lynch. Kane, the quarterback, is under. Big third down play for them. He'll pitch it to Jones. Jones gets the first down, or did he?
No,
He's hit after getting about 3.
Darren Jackson, John Barnett, Jeff Moran all came in and looked to me like they stopped him a little short, Don. It may measure out to be a first down, but I thought they made a real good stop there.
Good defensive hit that time. Jones got it very close. Matter of fact, it's close enough for a measurement up at the 47.5-yard line. So they'll stretch that chain, and by the nose of the football, it's a first down, and that's 3 now for Somerset.
Well, it was really a good defensive play anyway, and particularly the way that the play had developed, it looked like he was going to have plenty of running room. And all of a sudden, they closed in on him.
4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first half, as Somerset will send Brad Harris and Scott Lynch wide to the right again. In the backfield will be Jones and Perkins behind Kane. Well, they have a slot formation now. It'll be Kane keeping the football, and he tries to really confuse Corbin by not handing it and just stepping forward, and does a pretty good job of it, getting it across midfield down to the Corbin 47.
And, you know, Kane exhibited some good quickness that time. He saw the gap over center. We didn't have a nose guard on that particular play, and he just shot right straight through the middle and picked up about 7 yards there. Just
they're going to give him credit for 6. Down to the Corbin 47, second down, and 4 for that first down. Again, that same formation as a moment ago. Here's Kane on the second down play. Kane will give it this time to Jones. Jones dives. Now, let's see where they spot the ball as to whether or not it's a first down. If they put it back where he's first hit, then I think it's going to be short. But they leave it right where it is, it's going to be close.
Yeah, I don't think that was a very good mark. I really think that he might have been a little shorter than that. But that very well may have been enough to get the first down.
Near capacity crowd looking on here tonight. A lot of people standing. Obviously, you put them in the stands and it's overflow. But you got those that like to run the sideline. Nose of the football again. How about that? Somerset has the ball down to the Corbin 43-yard line. This is their 4th first down and their 3rd straight first down on this drive, coming with 3 minutes and 3 seconds in the first half. Corbin on top, 9-0, but Somerset has plenty of time now as they try to punch it in with their best offensive showing thus far tonight. Johnny Kane has everybody up near the line of scrimmage in that backfield as he'll call and give to Perkins, and Perkins bursts over left tackle across the 40 to the 38, about 4 or 5 yards.
Super defensive play in the middle there by Toby Stevens coming off his nose guard position. The reason they line up like that, it looked like the old single wing, Don. They line up and they've got all that blocking going through that one hole. And what it amounts to is they got 4 people blocking about 3, but Toby got under them and got through and made the stop. Good play by Toby Stevens.
That will make it second down and 6 for the first down after that 4-yard gain. Double wide out moves right. Clock runs at 2:15 here in this first half. Kane calls on second down. Barks a long signal this time. He'll give it to Jones, and they're just trying to pile drive it right straight ahead. Got it to the 35 and 3 more yards. But now the clock is going to become a factor, and Somerset can't do too much of this unless they get big chunks of yardage.
Yeah, they're going to definitely have to open it up just a little bit more than what they're doing right now if they hope to get it in the end zone. We're down to 1 minute and 45 seconds, and I just don't see that it's going to be possible for them to continue to get it at 3 and 4 yards a pop.
Well, they have it now just inside the Corbin 35. Let's call it the 34. Third down, 1.5 yards to go for the first down. 2 setbacks behind Kane. Kane will give it on, no, he'll fake it on a counter. Oh, he's got running room, got the first down, and Kane will take the ball down to the Corbin 25, maybe the 24-yard line.
And a real good stop there by Mark Hinterlot. You know, Mark is one of our most underrated defensive players. He's made a lot of big tackles all season long, and he was in on that one when we needed it the very worst. He was the last man between Kane and the end zone.
Clock becomes important. They call timeout. Somerset calls timeout with 1:24 to go in the first half with timeout. The score is Corbin 9, Somerset nothing. With 1:24 to go in the first half now, the time becomes the important factor for Somerset. They've been able to kind of push that thing in against us at 4 and 5 yards at a clip. But now, with the ball at the 24-yard line, they have to watch that clock with 1:24. They're going to send Scott Lynch wide out to the right side with the full house backfield now for Kane. Kane will call. He'll fake. He'll be back to throw. A left-hander shoots it downfield, and it will be caught in the end zone for the score. The touchdown to Brad Harrison. I was kind of confused as to why Brent Jackson didn't try to hit him or something to knock it away.
I don't think Brent knew where the football was. Brent was in position to make the coverage, but he didn't know where the football was. He didn't know it was coming when it was coming, and he wasn't looking for it. And, of course, the big kid from Somerset had the height advantage on him and was up over the top before he could do anything about it.
Of course, in high school, you know, you get the penalty from the line of scrimmage, and I thought it was very obvious he was going to catch it, and I thought, well, he's going to hit him right before, but
I don't think he even
no
knew.
Contact.
I don't think he even knew where the football was.
So Harris catches the 24-yard pass from Kane. Somerset's on the board. The try for the point after, and it is also good. So Somerset puts momentum into a halftime as they are on the board, and Corbin leads it by 9-7.
And this was what I was afraid of. When they got the ball with 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes to go in a half, and I was very concerned that they might drive it all the way down the field, just as what their game plan had affected. And they did, and they put it in and cut it down to 2 points now, and certainly we've got everything that we can handle from here on out.
76-yard drive, 11 plays, and so Corbin's quick kick comes back to see Somerset march it right back down their throats, and they didn't do it with anything fancy other than that pass. A lot of misdirection in that drive, however. They caught us off guard 2 or 3 times when it looked like the flow was going one way, and Somerset came back the other. Well, 1:18 to go now as Somerset will kick off to Corbin. Here's Paw approaching the football, and it's a high, very short kick. Brent Jackson will take it at the 20. Jackson will be hit, and down he'll go at the 25-yard line.
You know, Brent made a reasonably good return here, and we've got 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. It's going to be quite interesting to see what Coach Adams chooses to do. If he tries to pick up the first down and run out the clock with a 9-7 lead, or if we'll try to put some more points on the board.
Well, we have it at the 25-yard line, and Corbin now, 4th time they've had the ball tonight. They've had 2 good drives and had to kick 1 time. So the Red Hounds trying to protect that 2-point lead, starting this series from the 25 as the handoff is to Chandler. Chandler will get 5 yards to the 30-yard line. But the clock running, and I guess unless we can really break one way upfield, we don't mind for the clock to run at this point.
No, I would say that we've seen perhaps the next to last play of the half, and I think we'll run it maybe one more play. We might on the last play before half really turn one loose. I don't really expect it on this play, Ira.
So Luke Sadler, who had a 48-yard run, will send Chandler wide to the left from that quarterback position. 22 seconds in the half now. Sadler under. Sadler will give it straight ahead. They'll go. They're playing rather conservative now. A fumble, but Corbin got back on top of it.
Got to hold on that football.
I think Corey Reeves. No, Somerset got it. 10 seconds to go. Somebody lost it for Corbin in there. I didn't see who.
That was Van Hoover. Van came through, and I believe he's contending that he may have already been down when they jerked the ball loose, and I think that might very well have been the case. But they go ahead and give Somerset the football, and with 10 seconds to go in the first half, they got an opportunity to put another one in the end zone.
Well, you know, we were playing conservative, just trying to get the clock to run out, but the fumble occurred at the 34-yard line. Well, it's not the 34, really. It's closer to the 3-yard line. Somerset with 10 seconds now, and a moment ago, of course, it took them 6 seconds to score from 24 yards out, and obviously Somerset here, we're going to have to play deep and hope that they don't throw it.
Yeah, you know, I still really feel like that Van may have been down when they jerked that football loose, because it was some time after he had hit the line of scrimmage before the ball comes squirting out.
Momentum has definitely changed here in the first half of this game. Corbin pretty much in control for a quarter and a little over, but now Somerset has a chance to turn it all around with one big play. Corbin leads 9-7. Somerset shows us double wideout situation to the right side. Perkins is in the slot, and here's the play. Kane back to throw. Kane being chased, but a penalty marker goes down. With 8 seconds to go, I think Corbin jumped into that neutral zone.
Yeah,
in reality, there shouldn't be a clock start at that point.
They were kind of jumping around and wanting to get the rush on Kane, and I think that in the meanwhile they kind of entered the neutral zone. So no, they've called it against Somerset. Maybe they had someone move in there.
Well, with that, of course, they did blow the whistle though before the play, and that's why I think we'll probably have to go back to a 10-second situation here. Shows 8 on the scoreboard now. 5 yards against Somerset. So Somerset gets the ball at the 33 of Corbin. It's now back to between the 37 and 38, really. Let's call it more near the 37-yard line. Too far, obviously, for a field goal try.
And they're not going to put the time back on the clock either. Oh, are they? Yes, I believe they are. The official's going over to the sidelines to tell them.
He wants 10 seconds back up there.
I'll tell you, this crew really is kind of impressive. Some crews possibly wouldn't have done this, but they seem to be kind of on top of the game.
We're going to have to wait on them to wind it down. I don't think we have that automatic set on that scoreboard. We'll wait to see. Yep, we're just going to have to wait another 50 seconds until they wind it down.
15 minutes and work its way down to...
Well, what a turn of events, and I think you got to say that the momentum is with the Briar Jumpers as we'll go into halftime, though. Corbin leads at 9-7 and wants to hold it at that and no worse. We haven't played a bad first half.
No, we haven't played bad at all, and of course Somerset is what I would consider an equal ball club to Corbin, and I don't think they're any better, and I don't think they're very much worse. So we're just going to have to come back out in the second half and play with the enthusiasm that we started the football game with. Because if we don't come out in the second half and play with that enthusiasm, we're going to end up on the short end of the score.
All right, we should have a true 10 seconds when it clicks down there. And they're getting there now. There we go. 10 seconds to go. All right, double wide out to the left side. The guy that caught the pass a moment ago for the score, Brad Harris, is to this side. He's number 84. As Kane is back to throw. Kane looking. Here's Perkins going way deep. The ball is up in the air. The ball is intercepted by Kennedy. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. Kennedy back upfield at the 20, and that'll be the half. Brent Kennedy is very good deep.
4 interceptions in 4 games for Brent Kennedy since he came back to play, and you know, most of them have been right down around that enemy goal line, and I'm just real tickled with the way that Kennedy has covered his receivers since he's been back with the Red Ants.
They tried to fake by pulling Brad Harris up short and let Kane then turn on the afterburners and go deep, and when they did, Kennedy was right there, and so maybe that put Corbin in a better frame of mind as we go into halftime with that interception by Kennedy. Nevertheless, we're on the top end of the score right now. Corbin leads Somerset 9-7 here at halftime. And of course, we'll be back to recap what's going on here from Campbell Field as the Corbin Redhound Marching Band prepares to come onto the field. We'll be back with more after these messages from our sponsors. At halftime, Corbin is leading Somerset 9-7 in a key district football game, and earlier tonight I alluded to the fact there was a sign here on top of a van that said, forget about the rest, listen to the best. WYGO FM 99, Voices of the Red Hounds, Donnie Stepp and Bill Crook. Has Red Hounds on each side. It's showing on our screen now on Channel 11. Now, Bill, I want to talk about this. I am honored, and I feel so good about this. A lot of people came in here tonight, probably said, look what that radio station did. They had them a sign printed. That's not what happened. Some fans down here have done that, and I appreciate it. Who are they?
Well, that's Vernon Lewis and the Farmer Boys that do the painting, house painting all over town, and do an excellent job at that, and I think we ought to give them a little touting for that. But they had a little tailgate party over here for the 1980 state championship Red Hound football team before the game started, and Vernon, of course, is a great big Red Hound fan. I'll tell you, he follows them everywhere. I see him when I go to Cumberland or to Harlan or wherever we go. Vernon's always there, and he and the Farmer Boys have decided to have a little tailgate party to kind of tie in with the Varsity Club's tailgate party tonight and have those 80 football players back, and I'm sure they just had a great time and been over here probably all afternoon, I'd say.
Well, I want to give them another plug. They do painting, and tell us...
Hey, you know, I'll tell you, they're probably the best in town. There's no question about that, because any of these nice big new homes that you see, they always manage to get the Farmer Boys and Vernon Lewis painting them.
Well, they have a nice-looking band. Apparently, they're doing all right in that game, and they do a good job of doing signs. Fellas, thank you so much again. Hey, we appreciate it, and again, we've been showing that on our television replay here tonight. What makes you feel good, of course, is to see things like that. What makes you feel bad is to see Somerset come back down at us, march that ball the way they intended to do, and I thought they were rather deceptive in their play calling, Bill, and they look pretty good on that one drive.
Well, it's anyone's football game, and we were fortunate enough that at the very beginning we knew the type of game plan that they had, that they were planning to run at us, and we were fortunate enough to gang up in the middle and cut that run off. As time has went on, they seem to have gathered some momentum, and they've never varied from their game plan except to throw a few passes, and of course Kane's very capable of doing that. But they've managed to get right back in the football game, and I would say that it is really a toss-up right at this point.
For the first time this year, we're able to see our Red Hound marching band. We've had deluges of rain, have not had them on all year, and of course we're pleased to present our Red Hound marching band here on television for the first time. They have on sparkling new white uniforms, and most impressive. Of course, now they are facing Dennis Stadium at this point. They have their backs to us as far as this press box on this side of the field is concerned, but we still want to give you a bird's eye view for those of you that are watching. Of course, those of you listening here on WYGO FM tonight, it's a little difficult to see what's going on, but you have the opportunity, of course, to tune in on Channel 11 Southern Cablevision on Sunday night. Now, by the time well, let's see if we can hear some of the music, although they are turned in the other direction. It's quite obvious that you can't hear the music from this side, but we're impressed with the ability of the young Red Hound marching band at this point in the precision marching that they're doing out there. And the flag girls are doing a tremendous job also. They add quite a bit of color to this. I really like those new uniforms. They're very sharp. Very understandable why they weren't out here in the deluge of rain, too, that we've had this year. They may turn around here and give us an opportunity to hear their sound in just a moment. We'll wait to see. Corbin leads at halftime over Somerset by 9-7. practically impossible, of course, to hear the sounds that are emanating and going to the other side. The Red Hounds will be in action next week at Haywood, and then we'll close the regular season against Middlesboro on October 28th at Middlesboro. So we have 2 road games for the final regular season. Corbin is 7-0 on the year. They are the only undefeated team in Class AA football in the state of Kentucky. Somerset is 6-1, having lost only to Danville, and they took a walloping in that one. This band that you can hear in the background here on radio and you're watching on television has already qualified for the state, and that is some accomplishment there. We do appreciate this new press box that we have, and it's much better than years ago when we had to stand on top of the press box across the way and film and broadcast the games. I mean, it was an adventure just getting up there. So we appreciate that, but it is the disadvantage that we're on the visitor's side here and unable to have the head-on performance of the band, and of course the cheerleaders are on the other side. It's difficult to film them also, and I know as many as possible that participate in our programs at Corbin High School, we'd like to give them credit for, and of course like to video them, but that is our disadvantage of being on this side. But being on this side also gives us an advantage of seeing the Dennis Stadium crowd, and it's very impressive here. We've had talk from people in other towns just tell us over and over just what a class quality program there is here at Corbin High. Certainly hope we can film this band at Cardinal Stadium in Louisville. We can really get a good shot at them from there. Of course, you know what that would mean. It means Corbin would have to be in that championship game for that to happen. Well, here at halftime, Corbin on top of Somerset 9-7, and we'll be back with second half activity right after we pause for these messages from our sponsors. On the scoreboard as Corbin leads Somerset by 9-7, but statistically Corbin has been the dominant team. The Red Hounds rushed 28 times for 142 yards in the first half. Somerset rushed 14 times, so Corbin rushed twice as many times as did Somerset. Somerset picks up 55 yards. Corbin almost tripled Somerset in yards rushing. In passing, Corbin was 2 out of 5 for 22 yards. Somerset in passing was 3 out of 5 for 29 yards. So total offense, Corbin has 164 yards in the first half, and Somerset has 84. Bill, we've doubled them in that category, but look at the scoreboard.
Well, you know, Don, all of their yardage came on that one drive. They were able to take the result of the quick kick down on, what was it, their 24-yard line and drive it 76 yards, and most of that was on the ground. I think the pass that they had to their big end was probably 20-something yards. But they just have had one drive, and our ball club has pretty well dominated the rest of the ball game. However, that one drive came toward the end of the first half, and that sometimes changes the momentum. And if they come back out in the second half, they're going to receive the kickoff, and the Red Hounds are going to have to stop that momentum abruptly to establish themselves and try to get this thing turned around just a little bit from the latter part of the second quarter.
So second half activity ready to get underway here. And Bill, Corbin's on top by just 2 points, 9-7.
Well, this game parallels a lot of games that we've had with Somerset in the past, where we've dominated them statistically, and they've been able to come back and pull the fat out of the fire, so to speak. And when we played them over in Somerset a few years ago with a team that Martin Earl Pennington played on, that's now UK Wildcat, we had far superior statistics to them, and really a far superior team. But when we walked off the field that evening, we were on the short end of a 7-6 score. So we're going to have to put out the effort tonight to pull this game through, statistics or no statistics. We're going to have to really play real hard to end up with more points on the board than they have.
As we're ready to go now, Donnie Stepp, Bill Crook, Dale Johnson, and Fred Hall here from Campbell Field, and Corbin Chandler approaches. The game is underway in the second half. It's a kick to Perkins way inside the 5-yard line. Here he comes back upfield now, running wide to his right. He has a lot of speed. He'll cut it up to the 25, the 30, and hit hard at about the 30, and down he goes.
Tony Mitchell on the tackle, number 33, Mervo Grigsby in on the tackle. And you know, Don, we're getting Mel really booted the daylights out of the ball. He was probably back to the 1 or 2 yard line, but they have tremendous speed with their backs, and they were able to bring it upfield, and we didn't get it covered quite as well as we'd like. It looks like Mervo's going off the field.
Holding that shoulder.
Injury, yeah.
But Somerset will start the second half now from their own 32-yard line. Kane goes under. On the first down play, gives it to the second man, that's Jones, and Jones will get a couple of yards to the 34. So the Red Hounds plug it up pretty well in the middle that time.
They certainly did, and then the man chiefly responsible for it was Toby Stevens. He was right in the spot that he should have been in, and he cut it off way short, and that's the way that we've got to gear up to stop their running game. Now, we've got to be able to do it with consistency.
Toby Stevens, jersey number 46, 6'1", 202-pound senior, did a fine job there. It's second down and 8 for the first down. Kane out of the wishbone, second man through. He fumbles the ball, and Kane does the wise thing, doesn't try to pick it up, but he falls right on top of it. However, there will be a loss of a couple back to the original line of scrimmage at the 32.
And that's one of the fallacies of your ultra-conservative offense. If you have a situation where you're relying on picking up 3 and 4 yards each down, and you happen to have a fumble thrown in there or a penalty thrown in there, it throws your entire segment out of kilter.
Third down, about 10 to go for Somerset now. They have the double wideout situation to the left side on the long down play. Kane back to throw. He's rolling to his left. He'll let her go downfield and got his man Harris, who's bumped out of bounds by Hoover, up at the Corbin 45. No, that's midfield. But nevertheless, it's going to be a first down as Harris was wide open.
Yes, he was. At the roll to the outside gave Kane the time that he needed to hit the big man over on the sidelines and have him step out of bounds. Surely we're going to have to stop the pass. If we're having difficulty with the run and we gear up to stop that, we've got to be able to knock the pass down also.
18-yard pass play, first down number 6 for Somerset, right at midfield now. Kane will go back to that conservative offense, and Jones, well, he sneaks through people, got about 10 yards. Eric Jones just kept pumping, and the junior halfback has penetrated for 10 yards to the Corbin 40-yard line, just inside that, and it looks like another first down.
And you know, the pass play put a lot of juice in their body, and they're right now all fired up for the way that their offense has been able to move the football. I don't know if they called it. No, they're going to measure for the first down, but you know, Don, they're coming out with all this fire. If we'd have been able to knock that one pass down, if we'd been able to stop that one pass play and put them in a punting situation, then the entire complexion of the way this third quarter has begun would have changed. So we've got to be able to, once we gear them up and stop that run, we've got to be able to keep them from throwing the ball too.
Well, it's the big play situation, and Somerset has made it, and therefore their drive is alive, and they have the ball down to the Corbin 40-yard line, just shy of a first down, but it's going to be second down, less than a yard to go. I notice on Somerset's team, they're going behind one guy in there that seems to be really pushing people out of the way. It's Chuck Stamper, 6'6", 290-pound senior, playing that tackle position, and they've been running over that big guy about all night long.
Yeah, he is a big fella, and he's been able to get the job done blocking in there, and we're going to just have to try to bring more people in on him or do something to plug it up.
Second down, less than a yard to go for Somerset. Corbin leads by 9-7 as Kane will call. And I see movement. Yes, sirree. The official spotted it too. And it was the movement on the part of the leg of Jeff Jasper, number 68, 190-pound senior, tackled, or guard to the right side, I guess.
And you know, this officiating crew hasn't missed a beat. It seems like that every little thing that I've been able to spot, they're a little bit ahead of me. And I think they've done an excellent job tonight officiating the ball game.
Well, I don't know who's moving this press box, but somebody is. What is going on here? Feels like an earthquake in here. Hope this thing's stable. 10 minutes to go in the third period. That's a 5-yard penalty back to the 45. A little different situation now. 2nd and 5. Looked like a sure first down on a second down play there. Now, 2nd and 5, back at the 45. As Kane will call, he barks out a long time again. We'll give it to Perkins, and Perkins got a quick hit and got only a yard or so.
And that was Toby Stevenson coming in to make the initial contact back in the backfield. And of course, Corey Reeves and Tony Mitchell were able to clean up. That was a big play. We're looking at 3rd down now and probably 4 yards. So they're being put in a position now that this is another must play. This is a must one for us to stop, and one that they must get if they want to continue on with their drive. 3rd
down, some 3.5 yards to go for the first down. Perkins wide out to the right side as Kane now on the option. He'll keep the ball. Kane is turned in. I don't know if he got it or not. We had good late defensive reaction for Corbin. He plows into around the 40-yard line, Bill, but I think he might be a little short. However, you got to consider the football game right here. They're down 2. Would they gamble for a yard?
Well, they've got a good yard to go, Don. It may be a yard and a half, and it looks like they're going to be going for it, and their fans are getting fired up, and this is a big, big play.
Oh, this could be a turnaround play here. They lose it here, and Corbin comes back, and they have good field position. But it's not a real big gamble when you consider at the 41-yard line. Somerset now 4th down, a yard to go. They trail by 2. Kane, the quarterback, has double wideouts to the right side, and penalty markers go down, way downfield. Delay of game.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, he did spend an awful lot of time over here talking to Coach Kane, and sometimes when that happens, you lose track of what it is, and they put themselves now into a punting situation.
Well,
and, you know, Don, I'm not so sure that this is good for us because they got an opportunity now to punt us right back into the hole. Whereas if we could have held them, we might have been able to maintain field position.
I don't know what it is, Bill, but somebody's about to knock this press box down. I'd like to know what's going on. Here we go. It will be Randy Spaw in punt formation now. Standing back at his own 40, a high snap, but he pulls it down, and we'll get it out of there. Now, let's see where it will drop. A fair catch called for by Brent Jackson, and he fumbles it, and Somerset has it. Brent has had a rough game tonight. He's fumbled both times that he's gone for one. And Somerset has the ball. Called for fair catch.
Just got to gear up and play that defense. We know we're going to have to score again to win anyway.
So the Red Hounds look like they were going to come out of this one by stopping Somerset, but not now. The ball is at the 7-yard line. A fumble by Brent Jackson, who's played so well this year, but he makes the big mistake there. And Somerset has it at the 7-yard line. And the call. Boy, Jones is hit hard.
Absolutely
he might have got a yard if he got that, but now that's good defensive reaction.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing I noticed. Brent Jackson was right up in on that tackle. He followed right in behind the lineman, Toby Stevens, and the linebackers, Moran, and all of them. He come flying in there. The little man's playing with a vengeance.
No gain, but here's our situation, Bill. Even if they shouldn't get down there, they've got a kicker that can put it in easily from there on a field goal try, and us missing that extra point can loom big right now. Corbin leads it by 9-7. So we hope for more than just stopping them. Hope somehow that we can cause a turnover down there.
And we got another equipment problem with number 34. That's Jones, is it?
Yeah.
He's had that same problem with his headgear a couple of times here. I don't know what it is, but they've had to stop the game twice.
7:46 here in the third period. Corbin has not had the ball this second half. They fumbled it at the 7-yard line on a kick, and Somerset has it 2nd down and goal to goal. Kane will fake. He'll roll back. He's in trouble. He throws, though. It's intercepted by Kennedy. Here he comes up the right sideline. He's at the 10, the 20. Kennedy at the 25. He's up to the 30-yard line. And Brent Kennedy, number 7, has done it again.
Oh, and this is 5 interceptions in 4 games for Brent Kennedy. And is he ever making his mark on Red Hound football? That was great. You know, he seems to be in the right spot at the right time. What a kid. What a player.
We were going to go behind there if we didn't cause them to turn it over. There was no doubt in my mind that they could kick a field goal from there. But the big play by Brent Kennedy
And
he's 5'10", a 147-pound sophomore. He intercepts the cane pass, and Corbin has the ball. Let's see where they've spotted it. At the 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Now, let's see if momentum can change here. Here's Sadler on the roll at the 30 to the 32, maybe the 33. Never goes down the first time. He always leaps for another yard.
Yeah, and he can fall for 5 yards. He's a big kid, and I'll tell you, that interception by Kennedy was so big in our season.
Huh? Oh, the ball was at the 38-yard line. Harold Gant is at the 38 now. All right, he got 5 yards, so it was at the 33. Harold Gant told me that he cut out stencils for numbers to go on this field a couple of years ago, but we don't have them and just can't tell where it is at times. At the 38, 2nd and 5, and here goes Sadler. Pitches back to Chandler. Chandler, oh, he changes direction, waits for people to come by, brings the ball across the 40 to the 41. They never get him down. They stand him up. He got about 3, but I thought first reaction that he might be taking a loss there.
Yeah, and he made a beautiful move. He spun back to the inside. He was really covered up. He had no blocking out there. Luke made kind of a last-second pitch, but he got everything in the world that he could get out of that. We're looking at 3rd and short, and I'm satisfied with that run.
So Corbin now will have it at the 41, 3rd down and a yard to go. About the 41.5-yard line. Big play here. Both ends in tight. As Sadler goes under, he'll call. He'll give. Here's Toby Stevens. He digs, and I don't know. It's going to be close.
Yeah, he probably got it, I think, Don, maybe by a little bit. But I think
first down, yes.
I think Toby's wise decision in a 3rd and very short like that would have been straight ahead. When you start running down that line of scrimmage, anything's liable to happen. A wheel could run off.
8th first down of the ball game for Corbin. Their first of the second half. Oh, that Kennedy interception is so big right now.
That may be one we remember for the rest of this season.
The ball is at the 43-yard line. Corbin 1st and 10. First man through. Who is it? He's running well, whoever it is.
He was going
up to
hard.
About the 49-yard line. Can you pick him up?
Jackson.
Darren Jackson. He wears jersey number 22, Darren Jackson, a 5'6", 165-pound sophomore. And these sophomores continue to play well for Corbin.
Oh, yes, and they play well under pressure. Brent Kennedy, how much more pressure can you get? It seems like everything he intercepts is in the end zone or within 1 yard.
Amazing. He's played 4 ball games and had 5 interceptions. At the 49, 2nd down and 5. As Sadler will give it straight ahead, and boy, they try to pound for him. And whoever it is, again, gets the first down to
Big
the 45.
Toby.
Is that Toby?
Big Toby
Stevens.
And he once again, he epitomizes the word fullback as he grinds out a first down. I tell you, we need to talk to Brent and see if he might take a little suspense out of the game, start intercepting out in midfield someplace.
45-yard line. That's a pickup of 6, and the 9th first down of the ball game for Corbin as Toby Stevens just rams it down there. Ben Hoover is the wide out to the right side. Stevens and Chandler in the backfield behind Sadler. Here's Sadler on that option. He'll keep it this time, and for the first time tonight, he's going nowhere.
And he nearly got football took away from him. Luke was thinking kind of about pitching the ball back there to Mel, and he had that football out like a loaf of bread, and one of them latched onto it, but he pulled it right on back in and held on. The big guy's pretty strong. He's not going to let him take too many footballs away from him.
Lost a yard, matter of fact, back to the 46-yard line. Corbin leads 9-7, 4:07 to go, 3rd period. This is a tremendous football game here tonight between 2 excellent football teams.
Let's watch Lettington now on this play, Don. I just got a feeling.
All right. Let's see what happens here on 2nd down and 11. It's straight ahead to Chandler. Chandler goes wide. He's at the 45. He cuts back in. He goes to the 35-yard line.
Great run by Mel Chandler. And I told you to watch Lettington. He got a block that time. It was right in there at a good critical time.
This is Mel Chandler's best run of the night. No doubt about that, as he goes 11 yards and close for a first down. Corbin looks like they may, well, they're going to spot it and see whether or not, yes, with the measurement.
You know, I think, Don, a few plays ago on that play where they trapped Mel back there with about 5 or 6 of them and kept tugging and pulling, and one of them might have lit a fire in his furnace. He said a little something to Mel, and I saw Mel pointing the finger and saying something back.
Oh, it's close.
If it's a nose for us, it's a nose. Or if it's nose for them, it's a nose for us, isn't it?
All right, Somerset player, get out of there. We don't need your opinion. Watch him. Watch him. He's down on his knees looking to see whether or not. If it ain't, it will be. It is.
It is. All right.
It's a Corbin first down. An 11-yard run by Mel Chandler. The 10th first down of the night for the Redhounds, and 3 on this drive that originated with a Brent Kennedy interception in the end zone. At the 35-yard line of Somerset, Mervo Grigsby, who was injured a moment ago defensively, is back in there offensively, split wide to the right out of that halfback position. Both ends are in tight. As Sadler calls, he'll give to Stevens.
Oh,
and here goes Stevens across the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Oh, no.
Hey, I want to tell you that Corey Reeves
drove. That was Corey, yeah.
No, he wasn't carrying the football. That was Toby carrying the football, but Corey was carrying Toby. He absolutely drove them back through there about 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. A beautiful blocking downfield. And so often we overlook that from our offensive line. We do a great job in there. It's terrific blocking.
I thought it was Corey that kept on going down to the 25, but it was Toby that ended up at the 29. A 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4 for Corbin from there. And here's Sadler again, straight ahead, and Chandler will dig. He'll get about 3. I don't think he got the first down, but it'll be just shy.
Darren Jackson.
Darren?
He's just a little short, it looks like, but we're going to be 3rd and short at the very worst.
I tell you what, they're really closing in over that football, pushing and scratching for everything they can get out there tonight, and that's why it's very hard at times to pick them up.
It's all on the line for these 2 ball clubs, Don. These are 2 undefeated teams in their district, and this means everything.
This could be state playoffs right here on the line here tonight. Down at the 26.5-yard line, Corbin will have it 3rd down and a yard to go. Sadler will give to Stevens, and Stevens got that first down. He's still rambling as he crosses the 25 and down to about the 20-yard line.
You know, Don, I was thinking earlier this week that Toby Stevens could be very critical in our offense this evening. He's a big, strong lad in there, and he can absolutely carry the mail. He's been very important on this particular drive. He's picked up that short yardage each and every time.
He carried the ball 1 time in the first half for 4 yards. Now he's carried it 4 more times for 19 yards on this drive. Corbin 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Sadler fakes. He'll leave it through to the first man. That's Darren Jackson going for 5 to the 15. Plays better every game.
Yes, he does, and he's another one of our sophomores that we're so proud of, and he does carry the ball, and he does run hard. He plays both ways. Most of the time he plays that linebacker. But Darren's given us another beautiful effort tonight.
2nd down and 5. The ball at the 15 of Somerset. There goes Grigsby to the right, and the backfield will be Toby Stevens, Mel Chandler. Behind the quarterback, Luke Sadler. Ball right in the center of the field now. Here's the play on 2nd down. It's Stevens. He'll punish him to the right. He drives, and he gets close to another Corbin first down near the 10-yard line.
Beautiful run, and I'll tell you, we're getting some beautiful, beautiful blocking over on the right side of that line when we're going through over there. We're getting big Joel Carpenter, big Norman Mims just clearing people away. And we're showing Somerset a little bit of something about control football now.
This is vintage Redhound football. The way they're pushing it downfield now to the 9-yard line. Another Corbin first down on a 6-yard gallop by Toby Stevens. And Somerset calls timeout. 1:12 to go. We're in the 3rd quarter with timeout the score. Corbin 9, Somerset 7. Wow, we have dodged a bullet so far. As Brent Kennedy made that interception. Now Corbin has turned that thing around. Have driven from their 33-yard line down to the Somerset 9 here in the 3rd period with 1:12 to go. We'll have it 1st and goal to goal. Chief ball carrier on this drive has been Toby Stevens. Let's see who's in that backfield now. It's going to be Darren Jackson, Mel Chandler. They'll sit in behind Luke Sadler. Wide to the left is Mervo Grigsby. On 1st and goal. Here's Sadler going under. Sadler will call. He'll give it straight ahead to Darren Jackson. Don't know if he got anything.
If he did, he got very little, and we didn't have Big Toby in there right then. I don't know if here he comes back in, and that's going to help us a whole lot. I'm really proud. I'll tell you, Donna, the way that our offensive line has worked all the way down this football field. They've done a beautiful job blocking. And they've got to gear it up. They've got to get us into the end zone now. 2nd
down and goal to goal now from the 9-yard line. The ball right in the center of the field as Grigsby goes right. Stevens in the backfield with Chandler. As Sadler calls the play, and here's Sadler given to Stevens. Stevens, he'll pile drive it to the right across the 5 and down to about the 4. that has been the play, Bill, that has worked so well on this drive.
Well, when Toby Stevens lowers that head and those shoulders, he's got about 210 pounds running at you, and he's running behind people like Ted Engel, Norm Mims, and Derek Raines, and Big Joel Carpenter, and John Barnett in there. And when he comes at you that hard, there's very little you can do to stop him. Just run it right at him.
That's going to be the end of the third period, however. That was the final play of the quarter. Calls timeout with 6 seconds to go.
Gee,
I'm startled. Is here. We want to try it from that end rather than the other end. Is there some superstition? Is there some reason that we wanted to take?
In all my infinite wisdom, I can think of no earthly reason that we would want to be at the other end of the field.
All right. If they don't get it here, Fred has good strategy there.
What?
If they don't get it here at the quarter, they can talk it over again. Get 2 timeouts. So you get 2 strategy sessions for one very big situation. Maybe make some sense. You got a 3rd down. If you don't make it, you get another timeout with a 4th down. So get in, talk about it, discuss what you're going to do here with 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Then if you don't make it, you get to talk about it again. So maybe there is some merit to what is going on out there right now.
Maybe, but not from my viewpoint.
Well, let's hope we can put it away here and won't even need a timeout a little later. Very interesting. 6 seconds in the quarter. Corbin leads 9-7. The ball on the 4-yard line. 3rd down and goal to go. In the backfield, Hoover, Stevens, Grigsby behind the quarterback, Luke Sadler. He calls the play. Here's the play. Sadler rolls. Sadler into the end zone for the score. Sadler takes it in, and that's been bread and butter all night long, and it works here with 2 seconds to go in the quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, Don, if we ever have another war and we happen to get sent to it, let's hope we got Luke Sadler and Air Fox. So he is quite a player.
And I hope that Corey Reeves is driving the tank. We can't lose. All right. Corbin has scored 2 seconds in the quarter, so the strategy session does work.
Big extra point here.
Big extra point. Corbin leads it by 15-7. They can put it out of reach of a touchdown and an extra point try. Ooh, high snap. Kick up. Kick. It's good. And Corbin has taken a 9-point lead again. As the Red Hounds are on top 16-7, we'll have time for the kickoff, and that will be it as far as the quarter is concerned. Corbin on top 16-7. So now we see what the value of that interception was with Britt Kennedy. It denied them probably 3 or as many as 7 or 8 points, and it gave us 7. So that could be a 15-point turnaround right there because of that pass interception.
And not only that, it made Brent Jackson his very best friend.
Brett has played so well all year. You just
really
died when that happened. Just think, oh, the poor kid out there that's taken licks and put it out. But, you know, you just couldn't ask for more.
He saved game after game.
And he says, oh, I'm the GOAT here, and they're going to score on us, and we're going to go behind. And here comes number 7 with the interception. So
I'll tell you what, Brent's got a little bit of spring to his jump and run now, too. I was watching him. He was a little downhearted there for a while, but he's springy around there now, and I'll guarantee he's going to be down there on this kickoff.
Well, the play of the year now has turned thus far defensively into Brent Kennedy's pass interception. Corbin scores, and we'll have the kickoff coming here as Mel Chandler has teed the ball at the 40-yard line. All right, here's the kick, and a good return this time as Corbin has to huddle around Bo Wallace. They finally get him down, and that will be the end of the quarter, but Somerset will have good field position as they have the ball at the 45-yard line. After 3 quarters of play, there's timeout with the score. Corbin 16, Somerset 7. Somerset will have the ball at their own 45-yard line as Corbin in 15 plays marched 67 yards for the score. Now Kane, second man through, and here's Perkins, and Perkins will get about 5 to midfield.
And stop was made in there, nice stop made in there by Toby Stevens, who's had the big game on offense for us in the 3rd quarter, and of course Shannon Farmer was in on the stop also.
Hey Bill, we want to wish David Myers a happy 40th birthday on Monday the 17th.
Yeah,
David, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, David. Only I thought you was a lot older than 40.
He's depressed enough, Bill. Second down, looks like 6 yards to go for Somerset now, just inside their own 50, and that's good defense. A yard at the most for Eric Jones, and getting right around those ankles, I believe that's Toby again.
Toby Stevens, another big tackle. You remember when we used to go to school, Don, and the teacher used to tell us if we wasn't good, old David Myers would get us?
Happy birthday, David. Toby Stevens is playing a super football game defensively here tonight, and he turned it on offensively in that third quarter that helped us score the touchdown. Somerset has the ball at the Corbin 49-yard line now. 3rd down and 4 for the first down. Double wideouts to the right side. Johnny Kane, the quarterback, will call as Kane will give it to Jones, and Jones is hit by Stevens again.
A one-man
down
gang?
He goes.
Is this a one-man gang? I'm telling you what's the truth. Offense, defense, he's making all the big plays.
Toby Stevens, super here tonight. Toby Stevens, number 46, 6'1", 202-pound senior. Got Eric Jones by the shoulders, put him down at the 48, and Somerset will have it 4th down and 3.
Big play by Toby. Gets more prevalent on every play.
Boy, what the return of our injured players have meant to us from the start of the season. Toby Stevens and Brent Kennedy both were on the injured list to start this year.
I kind of watched this just a little bit.
Well,
they make me nervous.
Well, Randy Spaw is in punt formation, and what do you say? It's a fake, and they're not going to get it, or are they? Yep, he may stretch for it. Bill, we had him down at the 45. They faked it and brought it down to the 44-yard line. Just the stretch of John Perkins made that possible.
Yeah, and, you know, I'll tell you, Perkins made a real good effort on that. He didn't have very much room to get that first down, and he made the very most of it. I just kind of got a feeling about that just before they snapped that football.
I thought he was down in the backfield. I think we played that well, but it was Perkins who played it super.
His effort made the difference. 7th
first down of the ball game for Somerset at the Corbin 44 now. 9:44 to go in our game. Corbin leads 16-7 over Somerset. Now it's going to be Jones. Jones is taken down about at the line of scrimmage, is playing well off those corners defensively.
Yes. Who was this? Tony or Ben Hoover?
Corey Reeves, one of them.
Corey Reeves, Ben Hoover come up from the secondary. Corey Reeves from his defensive end spot stopped him way short that time. It made Big Corey angry with that fake. He don't like those things.
43-yard line, 2nd down and 9. Corbin leads 16-7. We're in the 4th and final period of this pressure game here from Campbell Field and Corbin. Kane back to throw. He's looking downfield for Harris. Big guy. Kennedy playing him, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. Kennedy played it well, and I was waiting to see whether or not a little bump would result in a flag. It did not.
Well, I think Brent probably would have intercepted it, but he wasn't close enough to the end zone. He likes to get him out of the end zone down around the 1-2 yard line.
Now, I want to tell you, he's at a distinct disadvantage with Brad Harris, who's 6'4", and Brent Kennedy is 5'10". Brent, number 7 for Corbin, is only a sophomore, but he played it well.
Well, he may have thought that he was at a distinct disadvantage, but I don't think he was.
3rd and 10 almost from the 43-yard line, and here's Kane back to throw again. Left-hander will fire it down there. He's looking for Perkins, and Kennedy gets a hand on it. Almost had the interception, thrown too long.
Once again, he didn't get it quite to the end zone, or Brennan had it. I'll tell you what, that kid is really playing a ball game, and I'll tell you, Brent Jackson, his old buddy, was back there helping him too.
Right, patting him on the back all the way back.
What was that song, I'm With You, Babe?
The Brents are there. By the way, this Kennedy kid is showing it defensively here tonight, but don't be surprised if in years to come you see a lot of offensive prowess out of him. Somerset now has it 4th down and 10 from the Corbin 43-yard line. I don't think they'll fake it this time. Let's see. Spaw will get the snap back, and he takes plenty of time. No rush at all put on, and the kick will be going deep into Corbin territory. Inside the 5 to about the 4, and of course Spaw is such a good punter, and you don't want to gamble on handling the football there.
Brent Jackson absolutely made a good decision that time. He got away from the football to keep it from hitting him possibly for another fumble. So we're able to take the ball over even if we are in our own deep in our own territory. We've got 8 minutes and 47 seconds to go, and we're going to come powering out of there with Toby Stevens and Luke Sadler.
We held on to the football longer than what time is left in our initial drive tonight. So Corbin with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go has it back at their own, I would say near the 3-yard line is where the ball is. First down and 10. Sadler will call. Sadler will give. It is Darren Jackson going wide left. He strips one man of attack, gets by him up to the 10. A flag goes down. So I think we're going to have illegal procedure that will call that one back. But Darren Jackson did a good job.
Oh, yeah, he ran real hard, got outside in there. I think we might have had a little movement early. And I believe they'll bring it back on us. Yes, that's what they call. And they'll bring it back on us, but we'll get another opportunity to get her out of here.
8 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Donnie Step with Bill Crook tonight here on Power 99 WYGO and on Channel 11 Southern Cablevision. As a near-capacity crowd looks on from Campbell Field in Corbin, a district matchup. The undefeated Corbin Redhounds 7-0. Somerset a record of 6-1. Both teams are undefeated in the district, and Corbin leading in this game 16-7. But the Redhounds were penalized half the distance of the goal line. Penalty marker still laying there, but I guess they're going to pick it up. The ball is back at about, what do you call it, the 3 again?
That's the 2-yard line.
About the 2-yard line. Sadler will call. Long count, trying to draw somebody off. Instead, he'll give the ball to Stevens, who got it out to near the 5-yard line.
He was running hard. He just didn't have a whole lot of room right there. He was running behind Norman and Norman Mims and Corey Reeves over there, but they didn't quite get everybody blocked. They had a lot of people waiting on him. Anytime that Corey Reeves lines up to one side of the line, you better believe that the linebackers on the other team are coming in his direction as soon as the ball snaps.
So the ball is out to the 4-yard line, a pickup of 2, and Corbin will have it second down and about 10 for the first down.
I'd say we'll go left this time.
Sadler will give again, and this is Darren Jackson. No gain. Maybe at the most slip forward to the 5. But a moment ago, he ran for some 6 yards, but this time Somerset was sitting there waiting on him. And Toby Stevens will carry in the play. So here's a big one. We want to play some ball control. Going to have to pick up a first down here.
Our primary function right at this point would be to keep the clock running and not turn the football over, I would suggest.
The ball is at the 5-yard line. Third down and 9. 7 minutes to go in our football game. Sadler with the call. As Sadler, nobody to give it to, so he'll have to run with the football, and Sadler will go down. There was some miscommunication in the backfield. Luke looked back there to hand it off, and he says, nobody, everybody's abandoned me. And so Sadler just races forward as best he can. What would you think? For 2 yards to the 7, and we're going to have to give it up on the way of a punt here with 6:35 to go.
I think Luke had the same feeling that Tonto had when he left the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
What do you mean we, Kimosabe?
And Chandler in punt formation now is standing in the end zone. Delay of game on Corbin. 6:18 to go. We may get a penalty on top of this, and we can't afford to push that ball back much more.
I don't think we took too long. I believe there must be something else. They got us for illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure against Corbin will cost them 5 yards, half the distance of the goal line.
Well, our all-purpose football player, Mel Chandler's back to do our punting right now, and this is one time when we really need a big one out of Mel, and he's come through when we needed him before.
At
so
the
I've got all the faith in the world.
At the 4, Bill. No, they put it back half the distance now. They put it up to just across the 5. Mel standing at the back end of the end zone. 6:18 in our football game. 4th down. Good snap. Oh, he has plenty of time, and it's a low kick upfield that will go out of bounds inside the 30 at about the 27. In a way, though, we're still kind of fortunate. We were able to use a couple of minutes off the clock, and you consider our field position, so just to get it out, to have a little bit of breathing room and try to make Somerset use a little time. That 65 is so big. Look at him. He's a monster out there.
He is a big kid. They always seem to have these big linemen. They had the big kid that went to Vanderbilt. What was his name? I don't know, he was an all-state football player. He didn't last very long at Vanderbilt, but he was a big one.
The ball is at the Corbin 27-yard line, where Somerset will take it. Double wideouts to the left side. 6:07 to go in our game now. As Kane will call and Kane will give, and the give goes to Perkins, and boy, they meet him with great resistance at the 25-yard line and push him back to the 26.
And they're playing real strong defense. Tony Mitchell was down on the bottom of the pile. He wasn't really in on the tackle as much as he took the interference out. Toby Stevens come in strong up high. and help polish off the runner. It was just, they're playing very strong. I said in the second half that the lines would determine who won this football game, and right now I think Carolina is getting the best of it.
Double wideouts to the left side for Somerset. Harris and Jones come this way on 2nd down and 8 for the first down as Kane will roll back. The left-hander has time, throws the little screen out there to Perkins. Perkins evades one man, another, and he'll go down as he crosses the Corbin 20 to about the 17.
And a real fine, sure, one-on-one tackle by Brent Kennedy. That was a well-conceived play. They had us kind of strung out across the field and flipped it out there. We had some people downfield, but we weren't able to make the tackle. But Brent made the tackle there, and I don't know. Looks like they're third and very, very short.
They did not get the first down. 3rd and less than a yard to go. The clock ticks down to 5 minutes in our football game. Corbin leads 16-7 over Somerset. Double wideouts go right now. As Kane will give, he'll fake, he'll run the football, and he'll go down after getting about a yard. So he got the first down, but Corbin reacted well.
And I tell you, John Barnett really reacted well. He spun off the blocker, and they couldn't keep him from getting the first down, but Big John got through and made the first initial contact there. And Jonathan Wells came up along with Jeff Moran to make the tackle, but John Barnett did a great job on that defensive end position. John's playing both ways tonight. He's playing an awful lot of center, where he's doing a great deal of blocking in the middle of that line, and of course, at defensive end.
Time is important. 4:33 to go in the game. Somerset at the Corbin 16, 1st and 10. Their 8th first down of the football game. Kane pitches back. It's a double reverse back to Kane on the pass. Kane will be met after a couple of yards, and that is all. Now, he didn't go out of bounds. He didn't go out of bounds. He was hit in bounds, and Corbin played that one well.
Yes, they did, and that was Darren Jackson and Mark Kinderlot over there staying at home, and they looked like they were well prepared for that play. I'd say that our coaching staff had seen that before, and they were well prepared, and when it was run, they were waiting on it.
The pitch went to Reynolds, and Reynolds passed to Kane, the quarterback, and he got a yard to the 15. Kane back to throw now. Kane being chased. Kane will let it go. He's got his man wide open, and they'll get him out of bounds shy of the goal line.
That was one super tackle by Brent Kennedy, probably at the 1 or 2 yard line. They're still very close to going in for a touchdown, but Brent Kennedy has played a heck of a ball game. He put his headgear right in the numbers, and I'll tell you, this kid is really a fine football player.
3:48 to go in our football game. Corbin leads 16-7. So now Somerset has the ball at the Corbin 1 yard line. At the 1, Kane will call. Kane will give to Jones, and Jones scores the touchdown. 3:45 to go. Eric Jones has taken it in. And so Somerset now will go for 2, no doubt about it. No, there is doubt about it. They just need 1, and then they could go for a field goal.
Right, they don't really need to.
Pardon me.
And, I'll tell you what, there's 3 minutes and 45 seconds, plenty of time in a football game.
So their extra point kicker is very good. And so with an extra point, they get within 2. Corbin on top by 3, 16-13. Extra point kicker is Scott Lynch. This has been a great football game here tonight. Penalty marker went down. What is the call? Offsides, Corbin.
If I were Somerset, I would refuse the penalty because they want to kick from where they're at anyway.
Yeah, no point in moving it forward.
But they took the penalty.
They just have to snap it back further. It's the only situation there. Somerset gets the point. If they have a good field goal kicker, and they could win it that way, and they know it, well, they'll move it forward a yard. So the try for the point after now, with 3 minutes and 45 seconds in the game. And the placement down, the kick is up, and the kick, it is good. So, with 3:45 to go in our football game here from Campbell Field, there's timeout with the score. Corbin 16, Somerset 14.
Be prepared to get one.
Let's see if Somerset will try to utilize an onside kick. There's a lot of time, though. 3:45 to go. And if they give us field position out that far, that could be detrimental to them. So let's see now what Scott Lynch will do as he kicks the football off. He's going for the onside kick, and it's going to be taken for Corbin by Brian Gilmore. We're going to have good field position at the 45. That's important. They're out of field goal range. We have the football. We can drive for a couple of first downs and run out that clock.
I think Brian was a little disappointed when he caught that ball. Did you notice he started to pass?
Well, Somerset tries an onside kick. It doesn't work. Corbin has the ball at their own 45-yard line. 3:42 to go in the game. So now it's ball control time, and you can win the football game.
Our opponent is the clock, Don. Our opponent is the clock.
We're ahead by 2, 16-14. Here's Luke Sadler. He'll call the play now on 1st and 10. As Sadler will give it to Chandler, and Chandler does a hurdle for a couple of yards at the 47.
And had he not done that, we would have got very, very little, if anything. We didn't have them knocked out of there. They were all jammed in and waiting for us to come at this side, which had Corey Reeves on it. We got probably 3 yards, so we can just punch it out like this, keep the clock rolling, and get a first down, we'll be okay.
Less than 3 minutes to go now. 2nd down and 8 for the first down. The line of scrimmage at the 47-yard line. As Sadler will call, and Sadler will give it, and they'll try to punch it up the middle to midfield. And who was that? Was it Stevens?
No, I believe it was Darren Jackson.
Well, it was Darren Jackson. Has taken it to midfield, but now we're looking at 3rd down and 6 for the first down with 2:36 to go. Somerset will call the timeout. What's coming up? We know this, that Corbin has it 3rd and 6, the ball just shy of midfield with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. We also know that Luke Sadler has carried the ball just 4 times in the second half. He had 113 yards at halftime, and now Sadler has 119. Will it be Luke? Will it be Stevens' quick opener up the middle? Will it be Grigsby? The other back in the backfield is Chandler. Well, full house backfield, 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. And it's going to be Sadler. He's back in the backfield. He's going to be hit, taken down behind the line. He went left, Bill, and I thought he was going to come this way, but they tried a misdirection that didn't work.
Well, I knew he wasn't coming this way because Corey Reeves is lined up on the left, and we went to the same side of the field he's been lined up the entire evening. We need his blocking. But
it's as simple as this now. We're down to 4th down and 7 with 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go, and in punt formation. Mel Chandler stands back. Good snap back. He'll kick it out of there, and the kick will be going to Perkins. As Perkins catches it, Perkins doing his move across to the right. He has a host of Red Hounds after him. He's fast as he cuts the corner up across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. 1:47 to go. We're down to this, a 2-point lead, and Somerset, you know, is going to fill the air full of footballs.
And they don't have to go the length of the field, Don. They have got an excellent field goal kicker. They're probably 3 or 4 first downs away from field goal territory for them.
They have the ball at their own 27-yard line. We have Harris and Perkins split out to the left side, one-on-one coverage as Kane is back to throw. Kane will throw it short to Harris. He can't get to it. Clock stops at 1:32.
Well, he had his man coming to the sideline here, but he kind of overthrew him and let him out of bounds with the ball. Van Hoover was on the coverage, and we're looking at a 2nd down and long now. We need the pressure on Kane. We need to put the pressure on the quarterback. We know he's going to throw, and we need to get back there on him now.
He's an elusive quarterback, and it's hard to get to him. Now it's Harris again. Big guy and Perkins, they're speedsters. They'll come to the left again. 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Here's Kane back to throw again. Kane is being chased. Corey Reeves after him. He fumbles it. Corbin's got the football.
Big
Corey Reeves hits Kane, and he loses the football. It's recovered by John Barnett as Corey Reeves turns in a splendid, splendid play. Number 83, as you see him on your screen now, Corey Reeves may have turned this game around, and we can hold on to it now.
Hey, this is the entire season. I'll tell you, that's a highlight film there for Corey Reeves, and doesn't it give you a good feeling of comfort to know that this big man's going to be around for another 2 years?
Corey Reeves, Brent Kennedy, sophomores, Toby Stevens, leadership as a senior here tonight.
Luke
Sadler with his great first half running. That has really set the tone for what could be a Red Hound victory now as Corbin has the football at the 24-yard line of Somerset with only 58 seconds to go. Red Hounds are just going to cover up that football. They'll let the clock run out there. stop at 54 seconds with the delay of game. And Bill, if all they have to do is fall on this football, and they're going to win it.
Well, you know, Don, I tell you, did you notice the speed coming from all the way across the field to catch the fleet-footed Kane?
Do you notice that's the first time tonight Kane's been caught, and Corey Reeves really put on the afterburners to do it.
I mean, he ran him down from behind. I think we ought to give the ball to the big man and let him run it. I'll tell you.
Oh, he's a super athlete.
He really is.
Great with his grades. He makes excellent grades. He's super last year as a freshman. I think he's all-state here as a sophomore.
No
now
question.
Corbin at the 29. And here goes Sadler. Sadler runs it to the left. He is tackled, and I thought he had a touchdown there for a moment. Sadler, quick opener, went right straight to his left. And I thought he had a score. He was hit and taken down near the 20-yard line.
They just kicked
Randy Spall got him.
Is what DJ was telling us there. Kicked him right in the middle of the back. So, you know.
Well, the flag went down. So
that will tend to make you angry.
I'm like everybody here says Sadler's going to fall on that ball. And here he goes. In 2 steps, he's about 10 yards and almost scores.
Oh, I'll tell you. Well, you know, one tackler and he was gone.
You never relax. Big Luke can move that football. Now I think we are going to fall on it.
I hope not.
Well, I don't know. We're pretty deep down there.
I tell you, you know, the points come into play in this district should there be ties or whatever.
Okay,
so
I see. Oh, points are important
so
here,
why not
right?
Score what we need to score when we got an opportunity.
Well, the ball is at about the 9-yard line here. 44 seconds to go. Corbin will now try it up the middle with Darren Jackson, and Jackson will go down after getting about a yard or so with 30 seconds to go.
Well, they're blowing the whistle an awful lot, but I don't think he ever did go down. He kind of kept in there and kept plugging and digging and getting what he could get. Come on, Red Hounds, get out of the huddle. Let's score again.
They're at the 8-yard line, 17 seconds to go. They're going to win it unless well, they're not even they're not even going to put it in play. They're going to win it. That's what's important.
16-14.
The Red Hounds will remain undefeated as they have downed Somerset here tonight by 16-14.
And a
big crowd looks on. The happy Red Hounds come onto the field. And we've just had super play after super play in this game. I'll tell you, it's one of the finer moments here at Corbin High.
Well, it's wonderful when you can point to a big district game like this and you can look at play after play that you consider critical that we come up on the upper end. Brent Kennedy's sensational efforts of intercepting the ball down toward the end zone and in the end zone twice. The big defensive play by Corey Reeves, the power running of a Toby Stevens, and the beautiful offensive show of Luke Sadler.
We look at a possibility of these teams playing again. And with that, of course, we know that both are quality, and it's a toss-up when these two teams go on the field. And however, tonight it was Corbin that pretty well dominated and came up with the big play. That was the pass interception.
Well, Don, we will be playing them again, and there's one thing. We know that we can beat them, and they don't know that they can beat us at this point. And
good point.
I think that we just got a big effort. And one thing I don't want to forget tonight, and that was the offensive line play throughout the third quarter and the fourth quarter. I'll tell you, Joel Carpenter, Norman Mims, Derek Raines, Ted Engel, John Barnett, I think you just can't say enough about them. They stayed in there and plugged all night long.
Mike Hopper.
Right. You know, they all did a great job in there.
All right, super effort here tonight. Classic football struggle between two excellent AA football teams. Corbin remains undefeated. They're 8-0. Somerset goes to 6-2. Corbin is perfect in the district now, 3-0, as the Red Hounds are the only AA team in the state of Kentucky that is undefeated, as they win it here tonight 16-14 over the Somerset Briar Jumpers. For those of you that have watched our replay on Channel 11 Southern Cablevision, we invite you to join us again here at 8 o'clock on Sunday night next week, as Corbin will go against Kaywood at Kaywood. We'll be there with the telecast of the game. This is John Eastup with Bill Crook.